So the word Cicchetti, that's how we say it, by the way. So the word Cicchetti basically means small sharing plates that are served in the bars of Italy. And the concept actually started from Venice and then it spread across the whole country. And it's a very similar concept to almost like our chai time. Like हमारा शाम का चाय होता है शाम को 4 बजे 6 बजे. And it's not just about the chai. We have fun. We speak to our colleagues, we meet our friends, we sit at local tapris, we have that's like a almost like a break from your daily mundane routine and you look forward to it. And that's the same thing in Italy, but they call it the aperitivo hour. So the aperitivo hour is basically something where they sit at like local bars near their places and they sit with friends, they sit with maybe family after work before going home, and they like to socialize and catch up. And during this time they order a selection of drinks, which is normally a spritz-based drink, a prosecco-based drink is what I mean. And this normally can be like an April spritz, a limoncello spritz, something like a Bellini, maybe wines. And with that sort of drink, they order a plate of snacks, which they share with each other. So that plate of snacks is basically what Cicchetti means. And what we have done is we have brought that plate of snacks, we have brought that concept from Italy and made it completely sustainable here in India. This has never been done before. It's the same, just how you eat in Italy, and you will never feel the bloating. You will never feel the acidity. The problems will never be there because of the quality of the ingredients and how fresh it is. And that's the same thing that we have done. Sustainability for me means two things. It's good for the environment and it's good for you. It's good for the environment because the menu that we serve here at Cicchetti is 100% vegetarian, and even the dairy that we source comes from organic farms, which basically take care of the cattle a lot. So basically, no animals are harmed in the process. We don't use any gelatin, we don't use anything like that. And secondly, it's good for you because everything in the kitchen is completely processed free. By that, I mean that we make everything in house, from our breads, all the pastas are handmade, all the condiments, even if you order ketchup, which you should not, by the way, for Italian cuisine, is also handmade here. We also do our homemade cheeses like stracciatella, the ricotta. So a lot of the cheeses, a lot of basically all the things that you will order from in our menu is going to be homemade. And even the pizzas that you will order are fermented for more than 3 days without yeast. So it's basically natural sourdough. And what that does is it has like really good gut friendly bacteria, which is super easy to digest. So the pizza that you will eat here, you can basically eat like a whole pizza by yourself and still not feel the heaviness. And because we use fresh bocconcini, fresh fior di latte cheese, it's processed free and you will never feel the heaviness from the cheese as well. So basically anything and everything that you eat here in this restaurant will never make you feel heavy, will never make you feel bloated, and you will always get up with like a wide smile on your face.
Hi, today we are here at Cicchetti with Chef Parth Gupta, and we just want to know more about this new restaurant. So, why a vegetarian restaurant?
So I have always been known for my take on vegetarianism in the country, and I wanted to personally embark on this field. So by that, I wanted to always be a sustainable chef in the country. I wanted to explore this area. I wanted to showcase how vegetarianism is not just limited to your basic paneer, and it's not just basically limited to your basic sort of vegetables. So I wanted to showcase the depth, I wanted to showcase the spread that vegetarianism can offer. And at the same time, because it's also not only sustainable for the environment, it's also sustainable for you, as I already explained. So whenever you are eating vegetarian, you will never kill an animal. Even we don't even use eggs in our bakery. We don't even use gelatin in our bakery or anywhere in our kitchen as well. So the whole idea was to embark on a journey which not only protects the planet, it's basically sustainable for the planet, but it's also sustainable for you in the long term. And that's why my previous brands like Bloom Cafe and Cakery has also been like permanently vegetarian in their bakery and pastry. We have a catering brand which is also 100% vegetarian, which is called the Lavender Flavors. And this is the third attempt for me to showcase the variety and the depth of vegetarian through Italian cuisine. So I personally was traveling through Italy solo, and I have been trained basically in Paris. So I was in Europe for quite a lot of time, and I used to travel solo. And at that time, I used to go to Italy as well. And I personally had a deep love for Italian cuisine as a child as well. And when I went there, it was like obviously you get more exposed to so many different food items and everything. And I was just so intrigued by the fact that whenever I used to eat a pizza in Italy, I used to never feel that heaviness. Whenever I used to eat anything in Italy, for that matter, I used to never feel that bloating. I used to never feel that almost this feeling of just being like, I'm done. So that really motivated me to understand why was that the case. And in my course, I really tried to explore all of this, and I went into the detail and found out how the good quality ingredients made so much difference, and how preservative-free kitchens can make so much difference. So that's what I wanted to bring in this country. And again, as I mentioned, I started with all the cafes and the caterings, and now the Cicchetti, the Italiano, the restaurant that I have opened, is an attempt for me to showcase how Italian can also be guilt-free, bloating-free, and at the same time absolutely delicious.
Chef, it is lovely to be here at your new restaurant. What a pleasure to meet you. I mean, I've seen you, very young, energetic, and on online media, you're everywhere. You're promoting your place, and the good thing that you're doing for Indian food and sustainability and other things is amazing. Kudos to you,
Thank
Chef.
you.
And one thing I wanted to ask you, since you're a new restaurateur, you just started this journey with this another new restaurant. So, what are the difficulties that you faced, setting up your own place?
Well, that's a very good question, because I think being a chef is not enough for this industry for you to be able to survive in this industry.
Right.
I think it has to be a very good balance between the businessman and the chef, because the creativity comes from the chef, but the maths come from the businessman. So I personally faced, so apart from all the menu designing and all the sourcing of good quality ingredients, these are the basic challenges, I would say. But I think one of the primary difficulties that restaurateurs in India face is the licensing. It's something that we really struggle with. It's something that we really urge the government to ease out for us, because it's in fact a very fun fact that we require more licenses to open a restaurant than we are required to have a gun.
That's true. Very true.
So I think it should be like that's one of the main challenges, I would say. And then keeping things at a very affordable price is also one of the challenges that a chef faces, not the businessman obviously, because that's the math. So because the businessman will always tell the chef that, okay, I want to sell this pizza at like $1,000, but if I want to go 100% on the quality, if I want to go 100% on the ingredients, I will never be able to sell that.
That's true.
And that is the reason that whenever you go to Europe, you're like, oh, €20 for a pizza. It's not bad. I mean, I can do that. But in India, if you translate that to rupees, it's too much. So, I mean, the product is the same, but it's just the fact that we are so price sensitive that we are not ready to take on better quality for a better price. So, while it's a very changing thing, while I
There's
think
a market for everything.
yes, now, because I think with people traveling more and more internationally, they have realized that, okay, we can buy good quality, and that's how the organic market is coming back to the country. As you can see, we are back in the organic milk, we're back with the jaggery in our food, we're back with millets in our food.
Trending.
So yeah, actually it's the old practices that are coming back, but at the same time, the challenge that we face is just we have to price it so that the customers can afford it as well. And that's like a very interesting balance for us to keep all the time. So I think, yeah, those are the main challenges. Apart from the other basic challenges, like getting the construction on time is one of the challenges, finalizing the interiors to get maximum seating, all of those challenges, and
The
securing a team. Rentals is crazy, and like the market that we're operating in is one of the most expensive in the country and the world as well. So
The
even
world now, yes.
yeah, in the world
Recently,
it's ranked 22nd globally. So I just read about that and I was like, oh my god, I'm in like an expensive market or something. But yeah, it's pretty. The other challenges are definitely there, but I think manpower, yes, hiring, and also training your team, because when you're opening a new concept, the main challenge is not to hire the team, it's also to train the team in that concept, because they are used to doing the usual stuff that every restaurant does, that every hotel does. So if you're opening a new concept, if you're opening something unique, you will have to put in your hours, you will have to put in that extra time, so that your service knows what they're selling, your chefs know what they're plating, and everything is in one sync.
Experience is everything.
Absolutely. And as you might have heard that if you have good food, you're fine. But if you have bad service, even good food cannot take over bad service. Bad service ruins every single thing. So I have to put that extra effort in my service team so that they know what I am serving. And it's very new for them. Of course, the ingredients that we are making here, because we're showcasing such depth in vegetarian cuisine, there are a lot of ingredients that my team has never even seen. So we have to put that extra effort, we have to put that extra hours in training for them to be able to understand the menu, to be able to understand in such a way that they can explain it to the guests, because it's not enough for them to understand, it's they have to explain it to the guest. So that's the whole idea. So I mean, yeah, there are like quite a lot of challenges, but like these are just a few to mention.
So how has been your journey in the last 3 years, as you say, as an entrepreneur, restaurateur,
Well,
chef?
I would say I'm super grateful. And I would say it's been full of learnings. It's been a roller coaster as well, because I think that you are never successful just by the time you start. And people think that, okay, he's just 24 and he's like opening this three cafes and like catering and like restaurants and stuff. And I was like, when I opened in the first year, you have not seen what the problems that I faced were.
Right.
So there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of problems that you will always face. And but I just think that you should have a solution oriented mindset rather than having a problem oriented mindset. So even if you face a problem, don't
Look
think
for the
about,
solution.
yeah, I mean, if you're facing a problem, don't think that, oh, I'm in this problem, what should I do? Think about what can be done. Okay, this problem has come, now what's the solution? Don't talk about the problem, never talk about the problem, but talk about the solution. And I think that's really something that has motivated me to keep going. And I really believe in one of the quotes by, in fact, Ratan Tara, that you can take wrong decisions, but you have to have the power to make them right.
Yeah, right.
So
That's very
I
true.
think
And it
sticking to your
motivates your
things.
team also that way.
Absolutely.
So very important task for an
Absolutely.
entrepreneur.
Absolutely. So it's been full of learning. Like when I started, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to sell, what's the thing that I wanted to bring to the table. I was
How
going
to
into,
market it.
exactly, because I was going into something which is completely different for the market. I went to eggless baking. I went to gelatin-free baking. I went to something that was never been done before. So I had my fair share of challenges that I had to play with. Again, like I had to work with the kitchen team a lot more than any other person would have probably worked with them. So there were challenges in that segment. Then to be able to market it, and creating a different product is just not enough. You have to make it better than the existing product as well. So if I'm creating an eggless dessert, it has to be better than the egg one. No one cares if it's eggless. I mean, there are people who care if it is eggless, but like in the end, if you want to be successful, you have to be good, not just having a niche concept is just not enough to be able to be successful in the long run. So yeah, I've learned like these things in my culinary journey, and I think that learning definitely never stops, like, which is one of the things that is quite evident in my journey, as I went to my culinary arts diploma after opening my first cafe.
Oh,
So I always tell that, and in fact right now also, like I keep planning my next few things that I want to learn. I keep trying to learn from different chefs in the industry, from different books that are available in the market, from maybe podcasts, whatever. Like you just have to be super open. You have to be like a sponge basically, and just absorb all the things that are coming in, at the same time filter out all the crap that is coming in as well.
so much information. So you have to
Yeah,
pick and choose
yeah,
what you look
absolutely, because you'll be overwhelmed with not just information online, but also when you're talking to your clients, a lot of their suggestions might make no sense to you. They might, almost demean you. They might make you feel that you're not doing enough. But you'll also have to be so careful with all of this. So being careful with all of this and like just sticking to your thing, I think confidence is really important in this field, because you have to be, so once, I think you should really work on developing one particular concept, and once you've developed it, you should have the power to be able to stick to it. So I say that you should do your market research, pay 100% attention to your concept. But once you know that your concept is good, once you've done the market research, once you've tried it out, then don't feel afraid. Don't be shy. Just be out there that, okay, I have made a concept, I have put in all my work, I know that it's going to work. But also, there's this balance that comes from the other side, that, okay, you should be sticking to your concept, but if there is something that is telling you to change it a little bit to make it better, yeah, always be flexible. Like, not be like
change is
super,
constant.
yeah, absolutely, that's the whole point. Like when you, maybe your decision was really correct in like 3 years back, but like 3 years after this, the trends have changed, so you have to be also flexible.
Updated with the market and everything.
Yeah,
Because people are always traveling, they're always trying new things.
of course,
You never know what's going
all
to
the
work,
time.
what's going to be new, trending. and
Absolutely,
stuff.
absolutely. That's the reason I always tell people that it's a balance. You have to be confident with your concept, stick to it, don't feel afraid. But at the same time, don't be so rigid with it that you will, even if someone's telling you that you can, make like 10 times more than just by doing this, you should be able to absorb that information. I'm not telling you to just tweak a concept based on everything, but be able to analyze the thing, be able to take it think about it and then decide what to do. Basically, having what do you say, like pragmatic mindset is really important.
Makes sense. So, what do you say are your biggest achievement in this journey, 3 years being an entrepreneur, and what satisfies you the most when you see people coming in, eating, and then any
Well, I
feedback?
think the thing that satisfies me the most is the reason why I am in the industry, which is also a quote that I have on my wall in my room. That the quote says, "I touch people's lives with what I do, and I love it."
Right.
And it's basically the fact that I used to see people eat my food. I used to see, so I've been cooking since I was a child.
Oh,
So I've been like, whenever you make something and it brings a smile to someone's face, that's the best feeling. Whether it is food, whether it is music for people, whether it is dance, it can be any form of art, it can be any form of creativity, it can be anything. But like just bringing that smile on someone else's face makes you feel so much fuller. It's so wholesome that that is the reason that I am in this industry, and that is the reason, that is one of the biggest achievements that I have. Like when I have customers coming in and dining, they have this the wide smile that they have when they put the first bite in their mouth. That's the best feeling on the earth, I would say. And apart from that, obviously there are like some I would say materialistic achievements as well. Like I was able to open 3 cafes within 2 years. Then I was just managing all of them. I also started my catering venture, and then now this is the fine dining. So I'm super grateful that I was able to get the support from my peers, my family, especially my parents, and I was able to explore my creativity, and I was able to do all that I have. And I'm super grateful to all the customers that have really appreciated and accepted my niche that I've created of the vegetarian realm and of the whole cuisine that I'm going towards. I'm so grateful that everyone has accepted it well, and that's why that's one of the
It's a
best
big
things.
achievement, and I hope you get a lot of success in this journey
Thank you
and
so much.
open more and more cafes and restaurants. So it's a pleasure talking to you. It was just looking forward to now try the food
Absolutely.
again and come back again soon.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you so much.
Ravi Chef. Thank you.
Thank you.